We even have a lot of volume involved too. So we should be looking for some nice moves, hopefully in our majors, because this consolidation again. So try to think of this entire move. We need to look at a cleaner, blank, empty chart here, just to look at, because I still have. I agree with Mark and the other guys because this is a um like about how pointless Bitcoin is as a blockchain and its what its usefulness is. But like I said, Bitcoin is good for being Bitcoin. It's kind of a representative of the entire cryptocurrency. It's like the ETF of cryptocurrencies. I mean, it it has to stay healthy for almost everything else to stay healthy until we get something else on parity with it, and that would hopefully be Ethereum or Litecoin. But if we look at the daily, and actually let's bring it down to the 8-hour chart. All we have going on here ever since this big rise up and fall down is we just have this consolidation area that's been going on for a while. And who knows how long this is going to go. But Bitcoin in its history has had periods of congestion and consolidation before having big spikes up. This is just another one of those. I would be very surprised if this thing were to break its structure by just stopping where it's at. But if you will notice, we have had a large decrease in volume, but it is picking up again. If we look on the bottom here, holiday volume, very obvious why that's low, but we are getting slightly increased average. Mnuchin seems to want to take aim at Bitcoin comments today. Well, I call my two senators here in South Dakota, Thune and Rounds, and our one representative who was named the hottest representative, I think, Christy Nome. I call him every week. Actually, have talked to Thune more than once, but I call them every week to tell them that they need to just not do anything with this. Just let it run. Leave the FBI and Coinbase's office. Let them, go after money laundering and not have to subpoena them every time they think they need to go in there. Just, let it do its thing. Just don't get rid of it. They're gonna have a riot on their hands if they do that. Really, it would be for Americans and our our just kind of our history and how we are this we have a lot of this kind of like freedom loving free market don't bother me attitude. It's antithetical to have them come in and get rid of something that is it is the most free kind of type of trading out there right now. People in Venezuela are surviving off of cryptocurrencies. That is how they are living. If there's any evidence for why this concept of cryptocurrencies is important, that is evidence of it right there. It's the strongest case for it. I don't care about the manipulation that is common in any type of instrument or any of that. But I'm not trying to get preachy here. It's just that this is a very important thing, and these guys are right when they're talking about that. This is the probably it's one of those once in a lifetime wealth growth opportunities that we'll experience. So, yeah, I think we're still going to stick around for a while. Now, as far as coins that are going to supplant Bitcoin, who knows? But I'll tell you this, if any broker comes out where if it's like a forex broker or whatever in the future, and you don't have to convert your dollars into Bitcoin to buy other coins, Bitcoin toast. It's pointless. It doesn't serve anything anymore. I mean, if you can just take your dollars and buy any pair, just dollar your if they just had like dollar next, dollar Steam, dollar Ethereum pairs, dollar Litecoin pairs. If you could just trade those as easily as everything else, um, Bitcoin loses its real utility right now, which is just a medium of trade. That is that is really its only use right now. Um, and it's good for new money to come into the market because they think it is like the golden goose when we know that there are other. Good Lord, ADA, look at you, 20% up. I still like it. I still really like ADA. It is a bunch of penny loafer bearded uh, intellectuals sitting in a whole bunch of different universities, but I still like it. There's just something about the name of it and their nomenclature, like the Daedalus wallet. The Daedalus is the name of the Greek guy who uh, built the maze to keep the Minotaur in, and the Ouroboros is their algorithm. It's that snake head circle where the snake is constantly eating its tail, just goes in a circle. It's a sign of infinity or eternity. And then their Cardano, even the name Cardano is based off that old Italian uh, polymath guy, one of the first dudes to deal with probabilities. It's just they've just got cool names. That is a horrible reason to put money into anything, but you know what? This entire sector is really like based off of which thing sounds the most cool, even though there's nothing for it. There's really not a lot of things out there that have a deliverable that you could really like say that none of these coins could really be on the stock market. Just a few, but for the most part, none of these things would be getting an IPO to go on the Nasdaq. I mean, but that shouldn't matter. I mean, we should be able to risk our money how we want to risk it, put it where we want it, and not have somebody telling us that they think it's not safe for us to do so. I think the old school. I think I don't know if it's Mr. S or Dan or Mark are totally right that the direction of the traditional equity markets is into these kind of currencies where instead of just stock you have just currencies, which I guess really isn't any different than what we'd be doing right now. Anyways, right. One of the laggards today, Ripple. I was saying that this guy, I have a couple minutes left. I wanted to touch on Ripple. That this guy has a long way to go down yet. Now, if anybody remembers this chart from, I've had it up here for a long time now. You know what? I think my mouse died, which means I have to plug it in. I love wireless mice, but they do die. All right. I always like to come back to look at something after I haven't seen it for a few days and see how it did respond well off of that support arc there. All right, yeah, you see here we have the force index right here. That is a good sell signal, along with our equally elevated levels in both of the oscillators here. But we did have nice responsive buying, and this is just moving and consolidating, and I would be surprised if we see it. This was a news-based issue, but it's going to have to move a lot to get out of this stance. But if we keep moving like this and it gets closer, it's gonna push up and bank around here for a bit. but I think it still has a long ways to move down. Um, that's the most probable direction. But yeah, so this time cycle that happened on the fourth, I've got a minute left when I was talking about it being a pivot in directions where you get that the big reversals down from this area. That is the exact same behavior as the time cycle right here in Bitcoin. I just make it equally thick. We should see major price uh, trend changes uh, at this area. So, while the bias is certainly to the upside from here, if it's not, it's going to be a very big move down, but it should be a very big move up as well. But, we can have up to 2 days to see that. So, anyways, that's the end of my time. Uh, thank you guys for being with us, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. Take a break from the market, let your brain rest, let your body rest, hang out with friends, family. Um, it's easy to want to look at these markets 24 hours a day, but you really need to give yourself a break every once in a while. I hope your trading has been profitable. Hope if you've had any losses, you cut them quickly. And looking forward to seeing you guys in the weeks to come. Have a great weekend, and we will see you on Tuesday. Bye bye.